The writing is on the wall. This saying has been used since the 18th century to represent misfortune to come. But did you know that this eerie saying actually comes from the Bible? Let's check it out. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to I Talks Bible. Got something pretty interesting for you today. Now, I opened up with the writings on the wall. I'm sure most of us have heard this phrase. It's used to describe something that's very misfortunate or will be misfortunate. This actually comes from the book of Daniel in chapter 5. Now, chapter 5 is dealing with Belshazzar. Now, Belshazzar is the son of Nebuchadnezzar, who has now passed on at this point, and how his son has taken his place. It begins with him hosting a grand feast for about 1,000 of his nobles. Everything seems to be going well. Everybody's having a good time. Until Belshazzar commands his servants to bring him golden goblets and silver goblets from the spoils of war, from where his father had taken over the temple in Jerusalem. Now, these items, these goblets, were holy relics of the temple. And it was common that during the spoils of war, that they would be kept in the temples of the gods of the conqueror. However, what Belshazzar and his nobles do next is sacrilegious. They take these holy relics and begin to drink wine from them. And not long after, a ghostly hand appears and begins to write on the wall. Terrified, Belshazzar starts asking everyone in his kingdom, all the people that he knows, to come and try to decipher what's on this wall. But none of them seem to understand the language. And it's not until his wife, the queen, comes into the banquet hall and realizes what's going on. And she says, don't worry. You have a man in your kingdom that can read this, because he is touched by the spirit of the gods. They're in fact talking about Daniel. Daniel is then summoned, and he interprets the writing on the wall. And it says, Mene, Mene, Tekel, Parsin, which means that Belshazzar's days have been numbered. Also, that his actions have been weighed on the scales. And finally, that his kingdom will be divided. So, after everything has been said, he ends up dying later that evening. And his kingdom is, in fact, taken over. Now, we can understand why this phrase, could be considered a bad omen. But inevitably, the misfortune that fell upon Belshazzar was his own doing. Well, I hope you found this informative. But that's all I have for now. I'd like to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. And as always, God bless.